I'm Vig with Local Rings Podcast. I'm here with Logan Ray White. We are at Florida Deathmatch Carnival. There's chaos going on behind us right now. First question, man, how you doing? Because you had a hell of a match today.
You know, I wish I could have said I walked out the winner, but at least I wasn't the loser in that. I didn't take the pin, and I told these people when I came in I was going to make a name for myself because I am a man who fights for something. I am a man who has something to lose. I fight for myself, I fight for my dreams, and I fight for my goddamn family. And I wasn't able to get the fucking job done. So you asking me how the hell I'm doing? Next question.
So what's next? You didn't win tonight. Is there another match coming up soon?
What's next? What's next is I go back to Denver. I go back to my people. I go back to being the good shepherd and showing the people the way. But I promise you this, Florida, this is not the last time you have seen the medicine to your illness. This is not the last time that you've seen the good shepherd. This is not the last time that you will see LR fucking W.
All right. I like that. So you're from Denver. So what brought you to Florida?
I'm from No Name, Colorado, more specifically. What brought me out to Florida is the competition because there's so many pussies, so many charlatans, so many fake wannabes, so many posers, and I wanted to show that I am not one of them, that no matter what area, what state, I don't even give a damn in what country, if we're on the space station, if we're on Mars, if we're on the moon, if there is a fight, if there is blood to be drawn, you best believe I will fucking be there.
Are you deathmatch only, or do you dabble in other things?
I am a wrestler of many tastes. I am a wrestler of variety. I am a man of class. I am not just some deathmatch wrestler. I am a wrestler. I will do anything. I'll do death matches. I'll do traditional matches. I'll do lucha. Hell, my dream, I want to go out to Japan.
It's a good crowd. Have you traveled anywhere else besides Florida and your home state?
You know, a lot of people have gotten to get a taste of me. People in Texas, people in Montana, which I have a cruiserweight title out there for. I have wrestled in Nebraska. I've wrestled in Kansas. I've wrestled in a lot of places. Probably more than some of these jerk-offs.
Sounds like you're well traveled. Is there anywhere you haven't been that you wanted to go to this year?
I want to go to California. I want to go to Vegas for WrestleMania. Vegas was another place I forgot to mention. I was there last year. Vegas, California is a huge one. I want to go out to Texas more, really big scene out there. Another place that I would really love to go to is Canada and Mexico. Those are the next things besides Japan. I want to go to Canada, Mexico, if possible, before I go to Japan one day.
Who would you say are your influences?
My influences, when I was a kid growing up, my family, they dealt with like a lot of addiction, and CM Punk was my hero growing up. CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Rey Mysterio, simply, the greatest little man of all time. Right now, I would say my biggest influences are definitely Punk. I love watching Japanese stuff, specifically Shinsuke Nakamura. I try to implement some hard strikes into my stuff because of him. Another person I really like watching just for stuff back in the day is, and I know this sounds like really ridiculous, but Hogan. Hogan was really good at getting the most out of the littlest, but I wouldn't say he's a good person at all. I mean, he's dead. There's no use in talking shit about a dead man. But the way that he was able to just have a raw connection with the crowd, I think he's probably the greatest of all time in that respect of just getting the raw reaction and feeding off the energy. And that's something that I try to emulate, at least in my matches, is definitely the crowd interaction. Bobby Eaton, too. Bobby Eaton, super fucking underrated. If you have never seen a goddamn Bobby Eaton match, go out of your fucking way and watch it. Midnight Express, fucking great.
a lot of stuff gets lost on Hogan with what he did for the industry. So it's not surprising to use an influence. And the thing about wrestling that's so great is you don't have to be a top-notch athlete.
No.
Because if you can work a mic, if you can work a crowd, that's just as good as doing some of the crazy stuff some of the guys are doing now.
I think you have to have a degree of athleticism because
Yes.
not anybody can just go in. And that's a problem with some of the indie scenes is that a lot of people will just let fucking anybody go in. And I'm totally against that. I think people need to be trained at least 6 months because everybody's different. There's some people who just fucking pick up wrestling like that and they debut immediately. For me, I debuted after about 6 to 10 months of training, and I wasn't exactly the best when they put me out there. In fact, I would say that I wasn't ready, but because I was thrown out there and I knew enough of what I was doing, it taught me a lot, and it made me into the wrestler that I am today. And by no means am I done progressing or growing. That's something I want. I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered as a great wrestler, somebody who gave it his all. Like, I have such a burning passion for pro wrestling because pro wrestling saved my life so many times more than I can count. Pro wrestling is what allowed me to give me my family and my baby boy Anakin, because I met my girlfriend through all this stuff, and if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have that.
That's incredible. What brought you into wrestling? Like, how did you find it early on?
So, my dad, I was born out in Colorado, but I moved out to Ohio when I was about 7 years old because my grandpa had cancer. But when I turned 12, every summer I'd come out to Colorado, and my dad knew that I wanted to train. So one year he looked up like schools around the area, and Primo's Pro Wrestling had a training school. Joe McDougal, I am the provider. And at that time, it was the most wrestler thing ever because I got trained in that man's garage the first time around. It took me a few tries because I'm not going to lie, like, leaving for the summer, I couldn't be consistent going back home. And it was a bummer because the town I lived in Ohio, they actually had a training school, but we were so poor at the time, we couldn't afford it. So I'd say, like, when I turned 21 was really when I set my mind to this and told myself that no matter what it fucking took, I was going to be a pro wrestler. And now that I am a pro wrestler, I'm not satisfied with that because I want to be a great pro wrestler. And when I become a great pro wrestler, I want to become the greatest pro wrestler. You get what I'm saying?
So what's the dream? What's the end goal for you?
The end goal is making a whole fuck ton of money, is getting a whole bunch of people worldwide to see me, to know who the fuck I am, to chant LRW around the world. Mexico, Japan, hell, I'll wrestle in China, I'll wrestle in Afghanistan, I'll wrestle in Africa. If there is a ring, like I said earlier, whether if it's in space, whether if it's in the middle of the fucking ocean, if there's a ring and people to fight, I will fucking be there.
Nice. I have 2 final questions for you. First one is, how do people find you? What are your socials, your links?
On Facebook, it's Logan Ray Mays, M-A-E-S. On Instagram, it's Logie in space, L-O-G-Y-I-N-S-P-A-C-E. Currently, I'm not on other social medias because fuck X, fuck Elon Musk. I'm not going to go ahead and, entertain that idea of using that godforsaken platform. So yeah, those are the 2 things that I'm on right now.
My last question is what I ask everybody else. Wrestling is all about those big moments. What is your favorite moment in wrestling? Whether it's something you've done, something you've seen, something that struck a chord with you.
So for me, in my career, my favorite moment was when, it's actually 2. When I got to win the tag titles with my tag partner back home. His name is All Business Dean Mercer, and that, we really busted our asses for 2 years. Being the underneath guys, being the guys that, got fucking yelled at, being the guys that, like, we fucked up and we had to fucking take our punishment, to being all the way to that lowly level, raised up, we fucking held those titles for a goddamn year. And then in that, my second if I had to put, was when we got to face Necro Butcher. Now, my all-time favorite moment in wrestling is Atsushi Oneida and Terry Funk in the FMW Exploding Barbed Wire Death Match. There was a time limit, and Onita had already won the match, but when the match time expired, that's when there was going to be a huge, massive explosion. And he went and chose to save his mentor, to save his father figure, Terry Funk. He covered over him. That's probably, I don't know how you top that in wrestling. That's probably the most beautiful thing to me.
There's so many amazing moments in wrestling. I don't understand how everyone isn't a fan somehow. Like, if you don't like what's on WWE, there's TNA, there's AEW.
You know what? I think wrestling is the last true vestige of what theater was, because now theater, it's for all these rich fuckers who can afford $500 to go and sit in the middle of an opera house and not understand a fucking word that's being said. It's all these rich motherfuckers who can afford to go all the way to New York and watch a Broadway show. But I bet you this, when theater was really out, when Shakespeare was writing plays and he was well renowned and get his name out there, theater was for the common man, and pro wrestling is for the common man. You don't have to be rich, you don't have to afford a huge ticket to go and see a WWE show. You can come to one of these local shows for $20 and get more bang for your buck, because I'm telling you, on that card, there is at least 15 hungry young pups waiting to get their fucking share, and I'm one of them.
And not just that, you come here, you get here early, you can meet the talent. Stay after the show, you can meet the talent. You can build that connection. You can watch somebody's career rise from here up to, I might see you on TV next year in NXT. Like, you just don't know.
Hopefully, I don't think I'm what WWE looks for, if I'm being honest, because they want the college athletes, and I'm not exactly a tall guy. I'm not exactly muscular in shape. If I ever make it to WWE, it's going to be because off of my own merit of being a fucking sick-ass wrestler. And that's going to take time, because I got a lot of things in my game that I need to improve on. But I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to keep at it and go to the biggest stage possible that I can, because that's what this shit is about.
That's not all about height these days either. It's not the 90s when you get to be 6'8" to be there. Like, Rey Mysterio's still doing it at 54, I think.
Yeah, true, but when they look for their guys, they want a very specific image.
Is that working for them, though?
I
Because
mean,
their ticket sales are slowly going down, their viewers are slowly going down. They might need to change it up.
I feel like that's more of the nature because they're increasing the ticket prices. Far be it from me to criticize anything on the product, because all those people, they're more successful than me. I would never criticize another wrestler. I will criticize, however, the actual corporate structure of TKO, because back in the day, like when I was a kid growing up, you could go all the way on the upper bowl section for $20, and that's a whole show. Back in the day, my dad, he took me and my little brother, we went and saw WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, Texas, and he spent a good amount of money, but he spent more money on the travel and on the hotel. He was actually able to get us in there for about $400, and that was 3 of us.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. As far as the product goes, I think all those guys who are on there, all of them have busted their ass. There's a lot of stuff that people don't see beyond the television. They don't get to see the moments like this. They don't get to see the fucking years and years it takes grinding, which I'm in now. They don't get to see the fucking mental anguish that training has. They don't get to see the mental anguish of messing up. They don't get to see the successes of when you mess up and then picking yourself back up and doing better from that.
Well, at best, we get to see somebody for 15 to 30 minutes a week.
Yeah.
So we're missing basically their entire lives.
Their entire lives.
We don't see the travel, the hotel, the dieting, the media stuff. Like,
there's a lot of shit that goes into it, plus the mental game. You cannot call yourself a wrestler until you've gotten a really, really fucking mean comment online, and I don't give a fuck how thick-skinned you say you are. That shit does fuck with you.
yeah. And it's messed up because it's people at home that can't do it, won't do it, don't want to do it, don't have the. It takes a special person to be a wrestler. Like,
That's the nature of human beings, and that's why I say I am the good shepherd, because my goal is to be more than just a wrestler, more than just a deathmatch wrestler. I am going to bring my people along the righteous path, and today, my friends, you can follow me.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, sir, for your time. Go follow me. My name is LR and I am the medicine to your illness. I am the good shepherd. Follow me to the promised land.